With another WWE. WWE. Look like my Wi-Fi is kind of shitty, so this live stream might go in and out. This look like my Wi-Fi is kind of shitty. So yeah, man, this has to be the official WWE 2K wrestling game Crashout of 2026. Even the most positive of 2K channels can't even ignore a lot of the hate this game is getting. Now, granted, I myself have had a bone to pick with this series of games since 2K20. And a lot of my complaints were largely ignored. Granted, there were some other people like me who cried and moaned about some of the issues with the game, especially with the game's engine, but it was all on deaf ears. Because I would post the issues I had with the games and the previous games on these same YouTube channels, and they never cared. It got ignored. It got ignored. But then this year they put a ringside pass and kind of want you guys to actually play the fucking game, because a lot of people used to bitch and moan about playing the game for 3 or 4 months and then they tap out and stop playing the game. Looking at you, Chris Dinker, and some other players, whatever, who whined about it a couple of games ago. But the funny thing is, when these guys are making content creations, it's money. It's a low-key business for these guys. Even though a lot of them got day jobs, it's also low-key business. You get a check in the mail. If you got a certain 1,000 subscribers, you get a little check in the mail. And, you want to keep that. You want to keep that momentum going and grow your channel, It's an opportunity. So I get it. But a lot of the community and most of these people who buy these games, they're WWE marks. As long as the gameplay is good, as long as they can unlock their wrestlers, use their wrestlers, and the modes work for the most part, they don't care about some minor issues of creative entrance not working right, being glitchy, or, the call, create a superstar mode, keep crashing. They don't care if the AI don't work in matches or the camera cuts don't work in matches and stuff like that. They don't care about that. All they care about is that they can pick up their game, play it for what time they have the wrestlers they have unlocked, and the gameplay is sound. And they can play Elimination Chamber or online, and shit like that. Universe mode, if Universe mode is working right, they're all on board. So yeah, years of me bitching and moaning about the same issues year after year, and how the engine can barely hold together. They'll patch things and something get broken, or they'll fix something but something else will get broken, or and then they'll try to fix what was broken, and then what they fixed before got broke again when they patch these games. And so this year, I'm not bitching and whining that much, because everything that I wanted fixed and addressed these games, they have fixed. They have fixed, to where I'm content with the game. There's still issues. I'm going through the game today, and I noticed with the recent patch that it kind of re-broke the lighting and created entrance. Like in 2K23, the lighting worked and created entrance. You can pick different lighting for your entrances. But then after a certain patch, it broke the lighting to where no matter what lighting you chose, it didn't work as the default lighting in the default lighting menu. So the lighting you got was from whatever entrance animation you chose. It's the same after the recent patch, because the lighting worked. in the previous patch, but now it got broke again. So, but there's a workaround. So what you do, create your entrance as usual. Add your entrance animation. But what you do, you got to go in each entrance animation and go into the lighting and change the lighting inside the animation. That will fix the issue. But it's a shame because the recent patch kind of broke it. it was working fine before the previous patch, but it got broke. So yeah, that's what I'm worried about. And I heard they're going to drop a big patch coming up called patch 1.07. Every time they drop a major patch, it usually messes something up. Like ever since like I would have to say 2K23. Every time they drop a big patch, it messes something up in the game. It never fails. It happens every year. And then they spend the rest of the year trying to fix what that major patch broke. And then by the end of the game's life, they give up on it. After about, I would have to say maybe a month after the final DLC patch comes out, they give up patching the game. They stop. So when issues or bugs are left, you're stuck with them. And that's what happened with 2K3 and Creative Engine and the lighting being broken in that game. And yeah. So yeah, I'm not crashing out on this game. Everybody's bitching and moaning about this game. It's pretty bad. But I just kind of funny that like people like me who just play it for a certain reason. I'm not really a WWE mark. I rarely use the in-game wrestlers at all. I do care about the gameplay. I do care about that. I don't play my faction. I sign in just to get the free shit. I've been playing a little bit of my island. I stopped playing Universe because Universe mode hasn't been good since 2K19, in my opinion. It's like I'll dabble in it a little bit. My GM don't really play it. I think the most I played it was in 2K24, where I put in the most time playing my GM. I go through my rise and do a lot of exhibitions, and that's pretty much how I play these games. I create a lot of wrestlers, do a lot of exhibitions, do some created wrestler highlight reel of the game every year. But this year, you finally get a pretty good game. But you're always going to get bugs with 2K games. Always going to get bugs. Some bugs are inexcusable, and some are like, it is what it is. Some of these same marks who are bitching and complaining about this game feel 2K22 was one of the best games of the series. And I'm like, bro, 2K22 was a game that barely had any features. But it was the first 2K game in like almost 2 years, and they were starving for a wrestling game, and it played different from what they were used to. So a lot of people like that game. But if you created wrestlers, the created wrestler crashed. It would freeze your game. You had to shut your game off to restart it. There were times where you go to community creations, that game would crash. If you stay in creative interest, the game would crash. That game, it was like you had frame rate issues if you played in highly populated, arenas. You didn't have no creative entrance. Yeah, the game was a bare bones game. I knew it was going to be a bare bones game because anytime they reboot or relaunch a series, it's going to not have as many options. It's like I enjoyed 2K23. 2K24 was meh. It was meh. Other than the inclusion of crowd signs, trading blows, and being able to throw shit at people. That was the only thing that really added to the game for me. 2K25 was a step up from 2K24. It was like it should have. 2K25 is what 2K24 should have been, in my opinion. 2K24 was just, we got to put something out, so they just put something out. That's what it was. That's what 2K24. It was a filler game. 2K24 was a filler game, and then 2K25 was like, okay, we got the engine to work pretty well, pretty stable, where there's not as much crashing and issues as before, and it's good enough to where because I know they developed 2K25 on the PS5 because the PS4 port, they ported the PS5 version to the PS4. And that port, the PS4 version, was not very good because it was a port and the PS4 couldn't handle it. They have so much in that engine that the PS4 cannot run that game optimally. It ran 2K23, it ran 2K22, 2K23, and 2K24 pretty well. Like 2K23 was buttery smooth. It was probably the smoothest one out of the last gen games. The smoothest one. 2K22 has some issues, but nobody was really bitching and moaning until this game, until after that patch where they just got rid of the cheat they had where they can just have 30-second squash matches to get RXP so they can use the RXP to unlock the tiers. And so 2K, they shot themselves in the foot. They shouldn't have done that. It was like my gut was telling me they were going to do it. I was hoping they were going to do it because that is just so anti-consumer. And once they did that, the floodgates open. It's like all the bugs that a lot of these marks ignored, all the players who ignored all my complaints for years are finally starting to notice with the game. So I'm just sitting here laughing out of all these people crashing out over the issues of the game that I've been telling people in the comments of YouTube videos for years, and I got ignored. No one said anything. I even reported some of the stuff to 2K. They knew about the issues, but they couldn't fix it because they know if they try to fix it, something else would break. That's how fragile this game's engine is. The only good news, since they're strictly on the PS5 now, is they have a lot more memory and the chip shit to work with. And so they can introduce a lot of smoke and mirrors. And even they can always put attention to the details. But every time they add something to this engine, it slowly it bursts at the seams. It's like this was a quality of life game, but I think it's the setting the stage for 2K27. In all honesty, if that was the case, they should have just had the ringside pass in next year's game in 2K27. But I think with this new patch, I don't know, it could be a goodwill patch because they're catching so much hell. I don't know what's going to be in that patch. I just hope the one patch 1.07 don't break shit. I just hope it does not break whatever I enjoy going on with this game. So far, the previous patches have been fine. Nothing too screwy, except the recent patch screwed up the creative entrance lighting. That's what it screwed up. You have to go into each individual animation and create an entrance and change the lighting. Otherwise, whatever entrance animation you choose, you're going to get the lighting, the default lighting of that animation. But outside that, the game hasn't crashed on me. All the matches load, knock on wood. But yeah, the community is just, in my opinion, it's the same thing with the FGC. FGC crashed out the fighting game community over all the shit they've been doing fighting games. But I knew it was going to be that way. It's like, hopefully the Tekken community did some kind of funeral for Tekken 8. And the devs got butthurt because they didn't do much with the patch. But the FGC got to realize they only make about like 15 to 20% of the people buying these games as a whole. So it's like, I would have to say for majority of the hype era between '09 up until, I would have to say maybe 2018, the FGC been dictating how we've been playing fighting games for that long, for over a decade. And now companies are realizing it's like, okay, the FGC is good for merchandising. Well, not merchandising, but marketing. It's good for marketing, spreading the word of our game, showing how cool high-level player is to get people interested. But when you look at the numbers, the sales numbers, and then you look at the numbers who go to the fighting game tournaments, you're barely getting a fraction of the people who buy these games. I can see if you got how many sales you have. I think Street Fighter 6 sold probably maybe 4 or 5 million copies. And then at EVO in these major tournaments, you maybe only have like 5 to 7,000 entrants. So that the percentage is hella tiny, hella tiny of competitive players going to these large tournament events. I can see if you get at least 20, 30,000 entrants in these tournaments and stuff like that. But no, you're not. So I'll say maybe like 300,000 are high level competitive players. That's adding all the pros along with the high competitive players. Probably only 300,000 of that 5 to 6 million in sales are high level competitive pro level players. But yeah, right now I'm just testing my cause. So far, the AI sequences still work and things like that. I think I finished up Star Suzuki. I just got to make her alternate attire. I made the alternate attire for all my wrestlers so far. But I created Star Suzuki today. I just got to make her alternate attire. The only thing I'm afraid of is uploading these and getting banned. That's all that I'm afraid of right now. Because yesterday I had that glitch that people have been talking about where you go into the game and then the servers are down. So I couldn't get no RXP to do the ringside pass. I couldn't play the island. I couldn't play my faction. I don't play my faction anyway. No, I couldn't play online. I couldn't upload or download calls. And so I kept on. Usually if you go back to the main menu, it would fix that. But I had to restart my console. I had to restart the game. Actually, no, I had to restart my console. I even reset my internet in the game, and it didn't do anything. So I had to restart my console in order to get that error. So if you see that error pop up, don't panic. Just restart your console. Just restart your console and it should fix it. Yep, Star Suzuki. I think I uploaded her in last year's game. This is her, the final version of it. This is the final version of her. Actually had to turn on last year's game just to see what I used for her moveset. So right now I'm just testing out her moves to see how they work, to see if she kind of wrestles how she did in 2K25. Sometimes a person's courage and character speaks louder than their record. Really? I was thinking about make her AI sequencing, not give her any, because I enjoyed how the wrestlers wrestled in the last year games. You only pick like a handful of moves. You said, okay, I prefer this move to be done early in the match. I prefer this move to be done late in the match, or this move to do at any time, whether you want to repeat it or not. And that kind of, settings, that basic setting worked very well in 2K25. It still works in this game as well, so I think sequences only work if you're trying to basically get signatures or combos who don't usually combo into each other to combo. And that's what AI sequence you do, or you're trying to get certain moves like, oh crap, I thought I did that's what a controller assignment. Here's another glitch for some reason. Like You can't change the controller assignment until like after the bell rings. Like if you choose to play the match, I thought I set the computer, but I guess not. And so even you have to choose the animation or whatever before and all that kind of shit. Just go back in. But yeah, I recreated Star Suzuki.
No matter how this match goes, I don't think that's something.
I tweaked her moveset a bit because some of her moves I didn't realize were like basic bitch moves. But the AI, like I had it set so well in last year's game that it didn't matter. I finally got Abi's AI sequencing right to where she isn't a total liability. I took out some extra moves that I felt were just, like I said, the game got to go through the whole sequence in order to get rid of it. So you got to make sure your sequences are short and sweet. And Star Suzuki getting her ass kicked right now.
Forcefully sent into the corner of the ring. This is an absolute striking clinic. How are we going to end it? Bang! A tiger feint kick.
Yeah, all my creative wrestlers I pretty much made crowd signs for. So you'll be getting the crowd signs along with them.
Kick right to the chest and
okay, that's a sequence I set for her.
And that is not supposed to look that
She's doing everything that I set for her, which is good. Oh, she's going to have to do that again since it got countered.
There's absolutely no regard for your opponent's safety when you toss.
Yeah, I changed up Gotta Be second attire.
She's looking a little drained now.
And she's got to realize
wasn't really feeling her hair that much.
of this match so far.
She had that scouted. Taken down by the neck.
Okay, so now she's gonna do that move again. Got reversed again. Actually, with the taunt slapping her butt.
Placing her against the
I think the only thing that sucks is when you have AI sequencing set, they don't strike as much. And for some wrestlers, that kind of hurts.
Rising to her feet, and she's going to be met with something fierce.
The good news is you're going to get more of a wrestling match, though. That's the good news. But there's a lot more grappling going on. Gotta Be's just reversing that move for the third time. Dude, last night during the Celebration, I was so pissed. Gotta Be was trying to do her uppercut into her giant swing sequence, and freaking Lil Susu reversed that sequence 7 times in a row. I'm like, okay, what the hell is up with this AI? I can see, I'll give you a pass if you can do it 3 times in a row, but 7? 7 straight times the computer reversed that move.
Oh, vicious headbutt.
She's got that laser focus now, looking to put her competition down.
So I'm like, okay, this game, it just proves my point. As long as they got stamina, they are just going to reverse. Especially if they're like, if they have weak health or anything, if they're in the red health. They're just going to reverse. Yep, see, Gotta Be, that was the 4th time she reversed it. That was the 4th time. It was funny because she hit it the first time, but she didn't get the second attack off. Gotta Be reversed the second attack.
She's helpless here.
Looks like we're gonna go for that power bomb. But right hands creates.
There you go, hit it with the Kinshasa. Ooh, that was a random Kinshasa.
No, she kicks out. She kicks out.
That
This is what made Star Suzuki so good in the previous game, so she could do that move out of nowhere, like an RKO, but with the kick.
Just able to kick out. Proves that now more than ever.
Can't put this one away even after that big maneuver. Oh, blow to the breadbasket. And she's tracking.
All right, I'm gonna have to probably go into or create a superstar for Star Suzuki, and probably set the AI settings for how she should do her move set, because she is not doing any springboards. Oh, she's doing it. I got this set up for Donna B. Now she should go into her other move. Oh, nope. Oh, we're with the kick shots off the middle rope. She will try to do it again. Probably after this pin. Because when she hung up on the rope, she was going to do that kick, and it was going to set up her, I think a corner move I had set. I was going to set her her Super H-bomb.
Front face lock applied.
Oh, she's going for it again. Yep, told you she's going to try to do it again. They're going to keep doing it till they finish it. Yep, there she goes. She's going to the Super H-bomb. And she hits it.
That is how you put your opponent
Oh.
Makes a cover.
Yeah, Star Suzuki got resiliency. She's going to kick out of that. Oh, first the uppercut.
Leaving your prey left standing. Time to reload.
Oh my God.
Wow, she reversed it? I didn't know you could reverse that move.
Backing her into that corner now.
What was that, the Kami Goye? I have never seen that move reversed. And that move has been in the game since what, 2K, I think 2K22. Never seen that move reversed.
Unexpectedly kicked in the face.
Okay, now she's doing springboards.
It's been an hellacious encounter thus far.
This has been a very good match. It's going for almost 8 minutes now.
Oh, great wherewithal there. Good.
Oh, now she hit it with uppercut. Yeah, Lil Sousa reversed this move, the giant swing, like 7 straight times. I was like, damn. It's rare that the computer will reverse the same move so many times in a row. Wow, that took her out. Donna B wins.
Put into this match, well worth it. Here's a few clips from the last match for us.
I made Donna B a lot more tougher, because she was losing matches she should be winning. Now, granted, she doesn't have resiliency, so that's going to hurt her. But I gave her enough health till she's a walking tank. You know, her whole thing is to kick your ass, but she's going to take damage doing it. But I gave her, I think, up to 90, I think 90, 95 body durability. She's a big girl, so she got to be able to take some hits. She got to be able to take some bumps.
With that win, they deserve the praise.
So she wins the first match. She got to be able to take some hits. She got to be able to take some bumps. So she wins the first match.
The bell rings, and talk about a superstar who's been making waves as of late. All eyes are on her. And from what we've seen so far,
Dang, she already busted Star Suzuki open already.
This woman fully believes she is the next big thing here in WWE. And as you mentioned,
Yeah, basically Star Suzuki is kind of like,
about just how
what if Shawn Michaels was a Japanese woman? That's Star Suzuki.
the time for talk is over.
Let's not forget about her opponent, though, who has quickly shown herself to have an in-ring acumen well beyond her years. Here we go. Shoulder breaker.
I didn't even know I gave her that move. She's still trying to do this move.
Oh, that hurt.
Didn't have room to run.
Locked on her target.
Stops that offense from connecting.
Gotta be whooping her ass.
And another blowout.
She's called the Punisher for a reason.
Nasty, man.
Oh, look at this. Neckbreaker.
See, this is how your wrestler would wrestle normally without sequencing. A lot of the combo striking.
Belly to back suplex.
They would do a lot of the combo moves. This might be a squash, man. Suzuki's getting wrecked. This might be a squash.
From the middle rope. The moonsault.
Sorry, Suzuki, I have her at, I think, almost 100 in reversing. And she's taking all of Donna B's offense.
Oh, into the steel step. Simply no way to brace for that impact.
Oh, she was ready with the counter.
Man, she reversed the kids. She reversed both Kamagoyes. That is crazy. They are wrestling like they hate each other right now. They trying to kill each other, throw each other to the ring steps. Oh, big broken neck.
Just a terrible looking wrench in the neck.
Dude, I might have to get rid of that move. Just take her out of the flow of the match. She's trying to do it, but she has to be in front of her opponent in order to do it. But the AI is like, I don't know what the fuck to do. The AI is trying to do the sequence, and it ain't working. So as much as I would love to have it in her moveset, it just ruins the flow. So yes, here she goes try to do it again. She goes to the front, does the kick, does that.
To the midsection. That extra rotation creates so much more force than a standard splash.
And what, she's doing it again? Oh yeah, she tried to do it. Yeah, I guess I'll just get rid of that move, take it off the moveset. It just ain't working. It ain't working. Because I think she would probably be beating the shit out of Donnie B if
And a second. Looking for something big here. Pele kick connects. She goes for the cover. Just after two. Wow. And now propped up in the corner. There it is! Reversal! What a punch! Tied up between the ropes. It's about to get worse. Look at these knee strikes.
Donna B is just whooping her ass. I think another thing that they kind of changed in this game, because in the previous games, like if the computer knocked you out the ring, and if they were in the middle of the ring, they would, do a diving attack from outside the ring. They kind of got rid of that in this game. The computer haven't done it once since I've been playing this game. Haven't done a running dive off the ring. Oh, that uppercut. I love that move. This is brutal.